Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Cal Traveling Merchant. Today we're opening a Bloomburrow Play Booster Box. I'm going to get right into it because I don't have a ton of storage on the GoPro today, so I'm going to try and get this in under half an hour. I don't think it'll be a problem. So let's see, scan here to discover the coolest cards, and darn, I was hoping it was going to be like an artwork plaque on the other side. Something else to put on my wall. Show everyone that I'm a nerd. Alright, well, let's get to it. So, this is a set that I'm not fully 100% sure on what exactly it is I'm looking for. Let's get a little bit more zoomed in there. Alright, we've got a food token. Foil Starseer Mentor, that's pretty cool. Swamp. Maha, it's Feathers Knight. Okay, that's one of the chase cards. Seedglaive Mentor is something I'm a big fan of from Draft. Same thing with Teapot Slinger. And Take Out the Trash is really good too. So those are all exciting pulls. Token uncommons. We get 4 of those in a pack now. Oh, how the times have changed. Alright. And there's our commons. So, of course, if I get anything super stupendous, I'll get it sleeved up. We got the fish, the Thistledown Players, foil Swamp. Now that is beautiful. And a foil, or not a foil, a full art Season of Loss. That's one of the paw counter cards. That's pretty cool. Iridescent Vine Lasher. That's pretty tight. The Coyote is incredible in limited. Love this card. So is the Moose, actually. Long River Lurker, Bravekin Duo. I like all of the duos. The Pathmaker is pretty cool too. Thistledown Player is also a solid draft card. Hill Giant with upside. Alright, keeping it going here. We got Coruscation Mage, Foil Hivespine Wolverine. We got the Mountain, the Valley Flood Caller, Short Bow, Lupin Flower Village, Fell, and Blacksmith's Talent. Nice. And then here's some commons. So far, I think this is a pretty decent box. We went Mythic in the first 2 packs, so you can't really sneeze at that. Alright, Thunder Trap Trainer, Take Out the Trash foil, got the Island, and we've got the Bat Legend, Zorlane Cosmos Collar. Very cool. Paw Watch Formation, or Paw Patch Formation, Shrike Forest, Bone Cache Overseer, and Hazard Root Herbalist. Another Take Out the Trash. Agate Assault, also amazing and limited. I feel like they gave us a lot of common and uncommon red removal in this set. All of my successful drafts have been in red-white. Art card, always cool. Wildfire Howl, that's a Pyroclasm effect. Beautiful Plains, Essence Chandler. And Ruthless Negotiation, Lily Splash Mentor, Downwind Ambusher, Splash Portal. Alright. Oh, and the Rabbit Rescue. Instant Speed, big fan. And there's your commons. Keep it going. Got Sword Token. Nice. Vren the Restless. We got a Legendary Rat. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. At the beginning of each end step, create X1/1 rats, where +1/+1 for each other rat you control, where X is the number of creatures your opponents control that were exiled this turn. Wow, that's pretty incredible. We got the Island. And Camellia the Seed Miser. So in addition to hitting a foil rare legend, we also got the Squirrel Lord. Repel Calamity, Coruscation Mage, Overprotect, and we're on to the commons. Look at those. Wow. I just feel like this is a pretty good box. I've opened a collector's box already, and so there's some of these that are duplicates for me, but we got the chunky little rabbit token. Starfall Invocation foil. So that is the gift Wrath effect. And if you promise the gift, you can get one of your creatures back when you Wrath. Got a beautiful Swamp. Beza the Bounding Spring. I think that was one of the chase cards in this, isn't it? Because it Gets you a treasure token if they have more lands, 4 life if they have more life than you, 2 blue fish if an opponent has more creatures than you, and draw a card if they have more cards in hand. So it's kind of an equalizer effect. Dewdrop Cure, Tidecaller Mentor, Moonstone Harbinger, and Curious Forager. And High Stride, you got that big money on stilts. Alright, rolling it through, we're almost done with the first row. Steam Path Charger. Got a Cash Grab and a Foil Forest. That's a double foil pack right there. Scavenger's Talent. Jolly Gerbils. And there's your commons. Very rad. I love this set so much. The art direction, fantastic. Card names, all very immersive and cool. And see if we get any list cards. Squirrel. Bellowing Crier. Plains. Moira Trash Tactician. Alright, we got the Raccoon. And then there's your uncommons. Oh, we got 4 of them. And the commons. How are we doing on time here? 6 minutes in. I think we're going to make it. The Fish Token. Baker's Bane Duo. They're stealing the pie. Lovely Swamp. Dawn's Truce. You and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. If the gift was promised, you also get indestructible. Wow, that's pretty darn good. Heirloom Epic. Brightblade Stoat. He's a not so whimsy weasel. There you go. And some commons. Vanishing Light at common. Man, I remember when that was a like $5 uncommon. Back when Journey into Nyx was in standard. So how the mighty have fallen on that one. We got an art card. Oh man. Look at that art. That is beautiful. Ravine Raider. Got the mountain. And we got a special guest artist, Toski Bearer of Secrets. Hired Claw. Hired Claw is also pretty good. And then we got the Mentor, the Hero, and the Spellgyre. And then the Fountainport Bell. Look at all those commons. Rad. Dang. Toski's a pretty good hit too. I guess I'm going to have to build squirrels, aren't I? Alright, we got a Magic Arena code. That doesn't actually have a code on it. Lupin Flower Village. Look at that beautiful foil. Foil Mountain, so it's a double foil pack. Plus we get a Sunspire Lynx in the, oh, what do they call it? It's the, like, Adventurer's Journal motif. And then we also get a Builder's Talent, a Hop to It, and a Night Fisher, and a 3-Tree Scribe. I would love to see the fancy land that's really expensive, the, like, Faux Gaia Cradle. That'd be kind of tight. Okay, we got another art card. If I did open it, it would go directly into Greensleeves. Nettleguard. Swamp. We got a Byway Barterer. Another little cute raccoon there. Builder's Talent. Starseer Mentor. Flame Cash Gecko. Sinister Monolith. And all the commons. Here we go. So far, feels like a pretty excellent box. I'm very happy with what I've opened so far. Got the cute little raccoon treasure token. Storm Chaser's Talent foil. Island. Coiling Rebirth. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then if the gift was promised and that creature isn't legendary, create a token that's a copy of it. Woof. Except it's a 1/1. Alright. That's pretty awesome. Give offspring to anything in your graveyard. Return it to the play. All for the price of giving somebody a card draw. Okay. What we got here? That. The Warren Elder, the Old Bunny. We got a Foil Plains. Look at that beauty. Dour Port Mage. So that is one or more creatures you control leave the battlefield without dying, draw a card, and then it can return creatures to your hand. Play that with like Crystal Shard and Eternal Witness and go crazy. Dream Dew Entrancer. Enters, tap up to 1 target creature and put 3 stun counters on it. If you control that creature, draw 2 cards. Interesting. All right, we got the Mentor, the Lookout, and the Shoreline Looter in the share pot. All right. And what do we got next? Squirrel Token, good start. Kindle Spark Duo foil. Got the Beautiful Forest. Mist Breath Elder. Beginning of your upkeep, return another creature you control to its owner's hand. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on Mist Breath Elder. Otherwise, you may return Mist Breath Elder to its hand. Interesting. Shrike Force, Hunter's Talent, Hoarder's Overflow, also pretty incredible and limited. I had one draw me 7 cards the other day. That was pretty great. All right. Treasure Token, little raccoon buddies. Gossip's Talent, foil. Island. Oh, we got another Mist Breath Elder, and that's in the special treatment. Seasoned Warren Guard, Lily Splash Mentor, Calamitous Tide, and Persistent Marsh Stalker. And then High Stride, not to be confused with High Tide. Although if you played High Tide, then you might have to use High Stride. And if your creature was an island, untapping for 1 green could be quite the value. Food Token. Stormcatch Mentor. Look at that little otter. Look at him. Haste, Prowess, instant and sorcery spells cost 1 less to cast. That's going to be a Legacy All-Star. Mountain. And Thornvault Forager. Taps for a green, forage, add 2 mana in any combination of colors. So to forage, exile 3 cards from your graveyard or sack of food, and then pay 4 taps, search your library for a squirrel card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Dang, that's pretty solid. And there's some uncommons. We got 4 in this pack again. And there's the commons. Alright. Okay. I feel like it's been a little bit since we've seen something really cool, but we got an art card. Maybe I'll get a Rouserack in this pack. Scales of Shale, foil. Swamp. Osteomancer Adept. Burrow Guard Mentor. Long River's Pull. Quake Tusk Boar, and onto the commons. I wonder what slot the list card is if you get one. I guess maybe the list cards aren't in play boosters because I haven't seen one yet, but I thought they were supposed to be. Art card. Daggerfang Duo. Forest Foil. Fabled Passage. I didn't even know that was in this set. Solid. I could use a Fabled Passage. The Starforged Sword, which is amazing and limited. The Coyote, also amazing and limited. Into the Flood Maw, and Consumed by Greed. And Agate Assault. Man, this would be a hard pack for me, because Raccoon Rallier is surprisingly great because he turns on not Vigilance, but like, what's it called? Valiant. He turns on Valiant. I knew I had to go look at the Seaglaive Mentor. So he just sits there and makes your Seaglaive Mentor bigger every turn until it's out of control and your opponent can't do anything about it. Art card. Oh, look at those bunnies. Oh, that's actually all the creatures. Okay. Treetop Sentries in the foil. The Beautiful Plains. 3 Tree City. We did it, boys. And, like, the one girl that probably will ever see this. Stocking the Pantry. That is cute art on that one. Rockface Village. Patchwork Banner. Brambleguard Veteran. There's your commons. Another Banishing Light. It's kind of your raison d'etre of your pack. If you get something bad, you'll at least get a Banishing Light, which is commander playable, and very possibly Pauper and standard playable, I would even imagine. You got the Rabbit. The Roughshod Duo. They're going to run Roughshod over you and steal your pies. The Forest. Manifold Mouse. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control gains Double Strike or Trample until end of turn. So 1/2, and it's got Offspring. Got the Tangle Tumbler. Parting Gust. Also good in limited. Stargaze. And Harnesser of Storms. Druid of the Spade. Also very cool. I like the little Beatrix Potter-esque kind of feel. And you got Darkstar Augur. Finch formation in a foil. Look at those birds. Swamp. Kitza, Otterball Elite. Alright, we got another mythic. Vigilance, Prowess, colorless and a blue. Tap, draw a card, then discard a card. Also affectionately called Looting.
Copy target is a sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for that copy. Activate only if Keats' power is 3 or greater. Alright, very cool. And a Fountain Port. Mud Flat Village. Playful Shove. Shoreline Looter. Commons. Yeah, probably should have opened that pack next. Pardon me clearing my throat. The Snail Token. Mouse Trapper. Whenever it becomes a target spell or ability, the first time each turn, tap target creature an opponent controls. Foil on that, and a foil island. Same pack. Ral Crackling Wit, we got him. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a loyalty counter on Ral Crackling Wit. Create a 1/1 blue and red otter creature token with prowess on the +1, so it's a planeswalker that defends himself. Draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards on the -3. And then the -10, if you ever get there, is draw 3 cards. You have an emblem with instant sorcery spells you cast out Storm. Holy moly. That's a spicy burrito right there. And you get a Stormcatch Mentor right behind it. They play really nice together. We've got the Galewind Moose and the Long Rivers Pull. Rabbit Response. And Conduct Electricity is another one of those incredible cards in Limited. Alright. Moving on through. We got a Wall Token. A Veteran Guard Mouse. Beautiful. Foil. Island. Season of the Bold. Got another paw card. 5 mana. You could create 5 treasures if you wanted to. You could create 1 treasure and then exile the top 2 cards of your library until end of turn, and then until the end of your next turn, and you may play them twice. Or you could do it until the end of your next turn. Whenever you cast a spell, it does 2 damage to up to 1 target creature, and then create some treasures to go with it. Very, very neat card. Repel Calamity, Star Escape Cleric, Wildfire Howl, Plume Creed Escort, and some commons. Hidden Grotto. Oh, that's a nice one. Alright. Oops, my common pile is trying to run away. Here we go. We got the Otter Token. Look at him playing that Otter Ball. So that's the one that pairs with Rouserac. We got Shrike Force coming in, flying, double strike, vigilance, 1/3 for 2 and a white. We got the Plains. Festival of Embers, special treatment. During your turn, you may cast instants and sorcery spells from your graveyard by paying 1 life in addition to their other costs. Wow. If a card or token will be put into your graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Pay a colorless and a red to sacrifice it. Wow. That is very neat. Kind of fills a similar role to Past in Flames, which admittedly the flashback on Past in Flames does a lot of work, so I would assume it's much better. But that is a interesting and neat card. We got Head of the Homestead there. Look at that bunny, taking care of all their little bunniettes. Bunnylings. Alright, and we got art card. Oh, it's signed. It's a signed moth. I'm going to actually mail that to a friend of mine. Druid of the Spade Foil. Mountain. Storm Chaser's Talent. So that one is enters, create a blue and red otter with prowess. And then after you level it to 2 by paying 4 mana, return target instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. And when you get it up to 6, when you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/1 blue and red otter creature token with prowess. Seems a little overcosted, but I guess in Commander, mana sinks are good. Lilypad Village, 3 Tree Scribe, Harnesser of Storms. And there's our commons. And here we go, art series. Got, that's Mabel, I think. Waterspout Warden. I would love to get one of her too. Forest. Festival of Embers. Dewdrop Cure. Tidecaller Mentor. Brazen Collector. Feed the Cycle. And the commons. Moonrise Cleric, also great in limited. It gets through most times and gains you life. It's good. I'm a fan. Oh, yet another art card. This time we have... Oh, look at that little tiny bunny. Look at that little guy. Look at him go. Let me open this upside down. Fountain Port Bell Foil. Swamp. Valley Might Caller. So trample whenever another frog, rabbit, raccoon, or squirrel you enter, or you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on Valley Might Caller. Heirloom Epic. Star Charter. Don't think I've ever seen this card. Stargaze and Splash Lasher. Coming close to the end, boys. And like the one woman that will ever see this. And we've got... Oh, look at that squirrel. Long Rivers Pull. Foil. Foil Swamp. Phineas, Ace Archer. So that is a green and a white Vigilance Reach. When Phineas, Ace Archer attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control that's a token or a rabbit. Then, if creatures you control have power 10 or greater, draw a card. Very cool. There's a token commander for this set. Oh, 4 uncommons again, and the rabbit response. Gotta be careful around those rabbits. They're gonna get you. See? Just like I said, they're gonna get you, because there's another one right now. Alright, we got Bark Knuckle Boxer, foil. Foil Forest. Fecund Green Shell, so that's a turtle. 5 mana, reach. As long as you control 10 or more lands, creatures you control get +2/+2. When Fecund Green Shell or another creature you control with toughness greater than its power enters, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it on the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, put it in your hand. That's pretty sweet. Ruthless Negotiation. That weasel and that raccoon are at odds with each other. Target opponent exiles a card from their hand. If the spell was cast from a graveyard, draw a card for 1 black. Interesting. Fireglass Mentor. Oh, black-red. Lizard Warlock. I guess you could say that he's a lizard wizard. Lizard wizard, a lizard wizard, a lizard wizard man. He shoots electricity from his fingernails. And there's your commons. So I guess there are no list cards in play boosters, or I think we would have seen one by now. But that is a-okay. I'm still very happy with this box. We got another art card. Oh, Ink Eyes. Yeah, Ink Eyes. Bandit's Talent Foil. Mountain. Tender Wild Guide. So this is a Possum Druid. Colorless and a green. Taps for a mana of any color. Taps to put a 1/1 counter on this creature. And it has Offspring too. Oh, double rare. Azure Beastbinder. A Rat Rogue. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or greater. And attacks up to 1 target artifact, creature, or planeswalker an opponent controls. Loses all abilities until your next turn. If it's a creature, it's also a 2/2. Wow. Flowerfoot Swordmaster, Mind Whisker, Heartfire Hero, and the commons. I'm getting an Intrepid Rabbit right there. I think you can tell the benigns are my favorite. Alright. So I would still like to see, is it Maribel, Mabel, the red-white food token, Starlit Soothsayer, soothing all those says, Forest, Gev, Scaled Scorch. Alright, a black and a red, ward 2, pay 2 life. Other creatures you control enter with an additional 1/1 counter on them for each opponent who has lost life this turn. Whenever you cast a lizard spell, Gev, Scaled Scorch, deals 1 damage to target opponent. Solid, he enables himself. Gossip's Talent, Lupin Flower Village, Playful Shove, Starscape Cleric, and there's your commons. Alright, we got 3 packs left. We got a fish, I got my wish. Teapot Slinger in a foil. Rad. Island. And, oh, it's blue. Mockingbird, X and a blue. Flying, you may have Mockingbird enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield with mana value less than or equal to the amount of mana spent to cast Mockingbird, except it's a bird, and it has flying. Pretty tight. Jackdaw Savior, also another bird. Enters, or whenever it or another creature you control with flying dies, return another target creature card with lesser mana from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty neat. Plume Creed Mentor, Wildfire Howl, Otterball Antics. And there's your commons. Okay, 2 packs left. We're going to flip it and open this one, because the last pack never has anything good yet. So hopefully we can end on something better than nothing good in it. Cragflame, Longstalk Brawl. There's a beautiful Plains. Emberheart Challenger. I hear that card is getting a lot of play in the red deck, wins deck. So it's a haste prowess 2/2 for 2. And when it becomes the target of a spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your turn, you can play that card. Wonderful. Paw Patch Formation. Mabel's Medal. So it is Mabel. Okay. Reptilian Recruiter. Hazel's Nocturne. Turn up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Tight. And there's your commons. And the final pack. This pack feels heavy. I think it's a double foil pack. You'll call me crazy for feeling that way, but we'll find out. So, art card. Boom. Heirloom Epic Foil.